Now we're going to have to get through some really quick, we're going to have to get through some deception like across the board via the language that we're using. We have no idea what we're saying, let alone do we hear what we're saying, if anything is said at all. So then, lawyers. What are lawyers? See, if it gets to the point where I need what I would need is a witness to reality. Is there like I would be like, when it comes to the point of being needing just a witness to your conversation, that's what a lawyer could, may, might be, should be, right? Because what is going on otherwise? I know that there's so-called laws, but did you know we live right now in a lawless situation because we don't have first of all, we don't have our language down. So did we figure out what the word constitution is? Uh, because we don't. So once we figure out what constitutes us, what is required to maintain our very makeup. See, that's the only word I can come up right now with constitution. The very makeup that is necessary. Basically, it's just what makes it what it is. It's a substance there. Look at it. Now, in the case of what we're talking about, I think is what we're talking about is the human. Now, back up the language. There's an organism here that has the potential of becoming human, or they are already human, some of them. And both of them need to set up there, now just as the loose language, which I don't like it, is constitutional rights. Constitutional. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, especially if you start taking all this jargon away about countries and stuff like that and say, is there the potential of a human being here through the organism plus the actual organism accomplishing having became, it's called becoming. The language is here already. That's what the enlightened one is. So they say some people are born enlightened. Well, that means, pretty much you are born enlightened. As far as the technicalities of the word, babe, it's about, but you need to become conscious of your, see, there's that word Father who art in heaven, and I say belongings who art in heaven, who is heaven, which is never not going to be now, as far as just a change of awareness, and you can be exposed to something else that is supposedly, like, that's kind of like what being reborn could, may, might be. If it was just the basics of getting your awareness into outer space, going back to court, what I mean by outer space is just into reality, the space just beyond your nose. See, you would want a lawyer who knows that who acts as a third party witness, which is just, is there that space that contains the same thing that a camera would? I'm going to keep kind of talking about this, I guess, and its healing effect it might have on you, because the truth is I've been looking into something. We all have. What have you been doing? Oh. So you're not really watching me because you like me or are interested in me or anything. You're wondering, like, what can you use against me, or what? Just to try and read it out. Did I get in extremes and emotions this time? Can you, all of it? Just can I be ran through your meat, your ringer? I was gonna say meat grinder, but ringer, I guess, is not really the word. Being ran through the ringer is actually better. You know, you don't want a wet towel there. If you ran through the ringer, then you're not a wet towel anymore. What else? So meat grinder is pretty good because, well, what if I am a muscle or something and now you just break me down? And like, it's like, that's what the narcissists, you know, they kind of sit there and they like you. They admire you is what it is. It's envy. It's envy. You have all this stuff that they don't have. And I know we talk about it. And why go on about it, Shauna? Why do you do that? Well, you know, I always kind of stop myself in this conversation, and you always wonder, well, how do I get back at these people? And it's not about that game, see, but they do play that game. They want to get you in that place of, oh, now you're just right on their level now, and they just accuse you. It's classic. They only they say, oh, you're the one who's a narcissist or something like that, or who can't handle their emotions or all this stuff. And really, boy, now you want to talk about covert narcissists who have all that organized. They're good at denying emotions down to that they're emotionally abusing you, um, drawing off of your energy, making, you know, um, covert is just dangerous because, well, first of all, somebody says, Sam Vaknin, that they don't know what they're doing. They're completely unconscious. They have a natural mechanism. You know what? I should go to sleep. See, I'm kind of doing this as a practice. It gets more and more refined now that, well, a little bit of Pluto will be inside of Aquarius. I'm getting better aspected by the Aquarius. I love Aquarius. Hail Aquarius. I really do. Yeah, there's some really great aspects coming up, and it's going to be like, no matter what, I'm going to shine, and the people that have been attacking me because I have been standing up for the, just saying, well, because you see, this is the thing you guys don't know, and it's really hard to communicate, right? And I'm going to try and tell you what I understand. And then you should put it into your understanding. It's kind of like this way, and if you don't notice it now, is there anything in the media grabbing your attention? I don't pay attention to it. I just heard what Pam Gregory said. I said, oh, that's interesting because I feel something going on right now, and now the astrology is pointing at it, and it makes more sense. And then, so you don't wait for any government to get your shit together, Huns. Goes more than just trying to understand your political thing. Now, what was Jesus about? You know, that's really what we're starting to look into. Do you have your human autonomy or not? The thing is like, okay, so the thing is we can we will, and that's where the tables are going to turn across the board. We will begin to identify that there's a non-human faction and a human faction. It's already been. I'm not talking about this, and the people that see now look here, she's talking about it again. Turn on Sam Vaknin. Turn on the worldwide renowned psychologists who give us all of our terms about narcissism. Man, narcissism is a big problem. If you want to know what the plague is on this planet, the real plague, let's start unmasking the way um, that it masks. What the hell is narcissism? Well, Buddhism already has it down a long time ago. It's the mind. It's an illusion. It's a smoke machine. It's just a problem that you have to look into it. The problem of the mind is very here. It's here to stay, and you have to just, when there's a way to dissolve it completely and have it not be a problem. See, see, it takes a lot of discipline, knowing a discipline, but the truth is you don't need to do any of that. See, that's the thing. And a Buddhist, a master, me, making the wrong moves, and I know it. It's like, oh God, can't apologize more to people. But so I'm off the hook if you understand that I really honestly believed that you were going to build a house there, and this is all so water under the bridge, and I think you should agree with. I mean, I agree with it. I mean, the lights are off. We now know how to live here, kind of. There's a lot of things you have to keep up on, especially when you think you're going to start moving green trees and stuff, and you know, pay attention to the people around you. Do they use? We always gave wood to each other. That's ended over the last 3 years because people have been zapped about their subconscious mind the way that they would announce. See, you're watching TV And if you didn't notice, I mean, it's not coming out of the blue, is it? Did you notice that there was something going on and wear the mask and then and I'm not saying that nobody died. Not never would I say that didn't happen, because actually the fear of that it conjured up proved to cause more deaths in so many ways than any flu could pose, having done. Um, you couldn't convince anybody that anything else. It was just there's everybody gets sick and it keeps happening, and we're gonna keep call it what it is. It's I'm not gonna call it. Boy, get my shit shut down here. The flu, influenza. You want to know what that word means? Look at it. It's Chinese for influence. The influenza. Just kidding. No, you can't let me gaslight myself like that. Say no, actually, there's just a little at the end. It's very complex why you would get sick as a child. It's a very beautiful thing, actually. You have to get away and you have to try to become a human. There's a lot of non-humans around you, and it's complex. You'll get sick, and you'll have to isolate. It's just natural. If it's there, yeah, they're here. They're doing it. They're making illnesses go around and everything. I'm not kidding about that, babe. It's a big business. I'm just kidding. Come on. You can't make me up. I'm already fried, done. I already know. I've seen some things, um, like a bird. I akin myself to a bird sometimes, because what they operate on is magnetic electrical frequencies. And they're really getting a different spectrum. It's like, let's talk about the universe, the plasmatic field, that we are just one with it. It's not really out there. It's in here, and I am in full connection now. How do you think? Use your imagination, babes. I love everybody. It's been a hard time. It's been a hard time for love. How do we identify it when it's there, sitting there going, "Don't do that. I will." See, um if the truth is ignored, basically you're going to get sick. That's the truth speaking. It's like, well, because otherwise, if you don't ignore the truth, and you go right into it and you keep peeling away and peeling away like onions, sometimes they'll disappear, and it's like, that wasn't even substantial. Yes, but there's other things that are going to make you more solid. Talk about a constitution. um Look for that. There's solid truths that when you hit it, it hits you down to the core. You're going to start restoring yourself. It's my saying goes, is that the truth is the ultimate immune system booster. It's just, if you keep tapping it, you keep getting. They say it sets you free, but there's certain truths. It's what I found with the English alphabet, and what's really there, what's really here. I don't know. Thank God for it. I guess it's just a different form of me having found something that would open it up to me. Maybe music is the same, yes. But when you start fitting keys of the truth that are very much, I don't know, I'm hitting something pretty fucking high up there, babes, and so it restores me. When it's the truth and you know it, it will completely confirm. God will give you a a, a stroke of healing energy. You will be All of your illnesses will like just disappear. You'll realize, and see, that's the work you've most likely done, is just, well, how do I heal myself? Well, first of all, you get back on the track of the mission that God has for you. And for me, I can't tell you it. I can. Maybe let me make another one videos. I'm about to. I'm thinking about, and like, it's like, well, all of see, now it's like up to here, getting away from just having a whole new life and era. I'm going to be able to refine some material. If anything, I will keep repeating, like the Channel 4 News, the simple equation to it's the cure, Now, we can get into meditation very much. We can talk about what meditation is. Most of the time, because of the amount of meditation that I have performed in my life accidentally and then bringing it up into consciousness, that's my desire is to meditate, and really there isn't any reason to leave meditation once you enter into the basics, the first entrance of meditation, and that's where I kind of come from, believe it or not, at all times. The times that I'm falling apart right here, and I have fell apart a lot over the last 2.5 years. It's been really difficult, and I can only watch myself and think, wow, what is it really? You want to know why, um, who that was. See, there's something called the false self. That's what the narcissist will get hung up on, and you'll get sucked into your false self through them. Which I don't know if I mentioned it in this video to tie it up anyway, but it's just your memory. Well, sometimes you dip down. You really start feeling. I mean, you can genuinely feel like shit about yourself, and that's not really you. You need to be pulled up out of there somehow. You need to do some. In my case, it's like literally, I just needed food, and for most people, it is. They just, in Japan, they don't ask people, "Hi, how are you doing today?" They say instead, "Hi, have you eaten yet?" And then there's a little prayer, and I'll try to wrap this up. It's not our Father who art in heaven. It's really our belongings who art in heaven. It doesn't have much of a name behind it, really. It's just a vibrational frequency. We're gonna talk about math and geometry. Do we resonate or not with the amazing harmony that's happening? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Harmony, H, human. Our day, give us this day, which is like, did we locate reality? Are we all on the same page? There's only one reality behind all realities, and I trying to tell you, you can get it down. It's there with you now, and it's here with me now. Believe it or not, it's the same darn one. It's just everlasting. It's weird, right? How to think it would be on a videotape too, as just the space in between your nose. Or you don't have to have a hand here. You really don't. You can have anything. There's a lot of things out here. See, this is the truth. It's in reality. Do you get it? Get your conversation down. If you can get this, it's not a concept. This is what is it. It is. It's funny. It's like, yeah, you know why the cameras are up? They want, see, transparency is reality, right? It's outer space, huh? It's not just like you try and bust up out of the atmosphere. We don't know really what's happening with that. There's a non-human occupation here who's like trapped, and they can only imagine. They see God come in and out of here and try to tell them, shit, babes, why are you staying trapped here? Why do you say such so in this? It's so disgusting, to tell you the truth, compared to other spiritually advanced people. What's really going on? Don't you want anything? You want something. See, this is the thing: is that the reptilian species, human that I see shape-shifting. Now I didn't talk about the slit eyes that I've noticed. I noticed my friend who was the black hole. She had the pitch black flashing, and also at the same time struggling with something. It was a trip. Very much like, oh my God, she's being taken over. Narcissism was there, but then it was like, ooh, that's not a religion. That's called living in denial. Satanism. Anyway, getting back to, well, her I don't want to get, I guess my community is listening. It's like, well, who's she talking about? They don't live here. Well, her mom, I was talking to her, about, and I was really talking to her. It was a very heartfelt thing. And it particularly comes up with these people, the slit eye ones, they love, when they start talking about Jesus and the story and the way they do talk about it, it's like, it's kind of cute. It's like, oh, they're, see, maybe I bring it up or something, or I remind them of it or something, and we start kind of connecting, and they just, their little slit eyes up here, and they're like, it's so cute. I've witnessed that in a few. They love when you talk about it's like you make a connection about it, and they're like, it's like a child that you maybe you don't get the half of it, but yeah, there's it's you're dreaming of something like this. It's like this. You're dreaming. Now, what I associate this occupation here on the planet with is extreme. I say it like that because I'm kind of allergic to it. Materialism and all of that confusion. That it's like, is it really progress or is it not? And what is it really? And is it useful? And how much did that cost? And do we really need it? You know what I mean? As far as who's making progress, when because if you're not giving the universe a chance to be your belongings, and you don't claim your intellectual property as just being the truth, and you start working that creatively instead of just like this money thing, we're like, what next? And the tails are slithering. It's like, iPhone, fucking get in there. And who knows? I see that completely unconscious. It's just right now. It's like it's just gonna run its program out. It says they're really increasing just business as usual. Look at this shiny. I can't believe it's like, why do we keep doing the shiny car thing? That if you notice, they're just all these little play toy things. I know I've spoken about this before. About how that the consume, 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 and consume, and it's just really when you back away from it, it's like what glitters is not gold, that kind of thing. It's like, it's like a mirage. Do you ever get a fulfilled feeling? Do you ever find your belongings? Do you even feel? Are you really smart with that? Do you feel like you've been able to accomplish something? Is that just like what I mean is like so you yeah, no, that's the system for you, completely fake education, and then who's going to figure it out? But if you don't have a bell and whistle, all the clicks, bells and whistle. That's yay! There goes the tails again. Just we love our fucking material world that in fact says that we own some land and stuff like that. And it's solid packed here. It's not making an escape at all because it's not claiming its fucking full possibility of being human. And that's just the way it is here. That's just the way it is here. You cannot see. I feel a little bit in danger, not much. I think that people will not take me seriously. Hopefully, they think I'm crazy. See, I can say this is just Shauna's sci-fi entertainment, babes, and the truth is making the best comedy. Don't forget that. Jesus, what do you think about what this place was? Do not even let them know that you see that the whole church foundation hunts. Yes, your Christianity, because Jesus never doesn't know what a Christian is. Wasn't a Christian. Uh, but if you look at the words we're using, Christ is definitely pointing at something. It's a word. It means the anointed one. It means and the enlightened one. Kind of keep saying all these words. It's like it means human being. It means love. It means God. It means awareness. It means now.